We are a fully operating off-grid alpaca ranch, which means we raise, breed, and sell alpacas on our off-grid farm. We get a ton of fulfillment placing alpacas with new farms just starting out. And the beginning of this week's episode is going to show you a little bit about what that process is like for us. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. About to do a couple of puppy baths because we're delivering a starter herd of alpacas to a new farm that's just starting out. And we also breed and sell working dogs so that when somebody comes to us and they want to start an alpaca farm, we're prepared to offer them a working dog to protect their herd. So this is actually my bathtub and our shower. But I'm going to use it for the puppies because we don't have running water on our farm. We live a very primitive lifestyle. That's a good puppy. That's a good puppy. That's a good puppy. Puppy number 2. Oh, that's a good puppy. Little calm. That's a good puppy. That's a good puppy. That's a good puppy. Yes. That's a good puppy. After bathing the pups, it's time to load up the females and head out to our client's farm. Every time we leave our off-grid farm, it begins with a 15-mile journey down a dirt road. The dirt road takes anywhere from about 35 minutes to 45 minutes, depending if we are hauling a trailer or not. So you've been doing lots of prep?
Yeah, doing lots of prep, getting the second area ready. It was all overgrown and had a bunch of weeds, so just went in, sweeped it out, and got it all cleaned up.
So Chris, do you want to come and we can do this together?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness.
Hi guys. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Oh, so beautiful.
All right.
Do you want me in there with you?
Sure. I just don't want to ridiculous you.
So Chris, watch your toes, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I didn't think about that.
I mean, I do stuff with sandals on all
Do
the
you?
time, but I have gotten hurt.
I've been wearing Birkenstocks exclusively for the past 2 months.
Nice.
I haven't taken these off.
It's a good look. It's like the original look.
What you do when you unload? Let me go first. You can watch here. Just kind of watch. So when you're trailering, you want to try not to let them jump because they can potentially hurt you.
Okay.
So I just kind of gotcha. Put my arm around during that and stuff. Let's go. So she'll follow if you start pulling her, but their tendency is to jump.
So
you don't want them to jump. So
and the command is walk.
Come on.
Walk. Walk. That's a good lady.
So that's patience. This is whisper. 3 or less. Fall with a girl.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So I want to do some training, halter training.
Okay.
Do you mind closing
Yeah, I
that
was just
gate
gonna
just in
say.
case they get away from us? So when you have this big of a space, so what you need to do is create a catch pen, an area to catch the animals safely,
Okay.
because otherwise you will just be running around like crazy because you'll never catch them.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want to be caught, they
They'll
won't.
just, yeah.
This is a nice area here where you can catch them, or this area back here. This is a really nice spot because they're naturally going to go to a corner. So if you have maybe a couple panels, or maybe make a little fence so you can get them into a corner.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're going to run into the barn naturally.
Gotcha.
So that's something that I would suggest making.
Okay.
So
So Chris, I would use the same bowl that they get used to seeing and shake the pellets.
Okay.
To
yeah,
get them to
they'll
come into your
eventually
catch
be
pen.
trained to it. So when you guys come out of your house, you have treats. They'll come right up to you and eat out of your hands.
Oh,
they both eat out of hands. So what I
Yeah.
go underneath here at the cheek.
Gotcha.
Take this and do that. So you want to try that with your left hand, 2 fingers, and then say halter off,
Halter off.
and then you can let her take it off.
Try
all
to
the way
take it
through.
off?
Sure.
She'll be real happy, I'm sure. So, yep, there you go.
There you
Good
go.
job. Good job.
So it's
And I'm
just-
used to dealing with a donkey that was nearly feral, so this is way
Yeah.
better.
Do you deal with your feral donkey with your Birkenstocks on?
Yeah, I do.
So I
Yeah.
have this green is fitted to Whisper,
Okay.
so you can tell the difference, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Whisper has a thinner face than
Yeah, I was gonna
Patience.
And are they? Patience is the first time mom. Or-
Patience is a maiden.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. So
She's
first
a
time
first-time
mom.
mom.
Gotcha.
So Whisper has had 2, 3 babies, so
Okay.
this will be her 4th. So I'm just kind of pushing her this direction based on my angle, and then you go over there, and they keep coming towards me. This is a really big area. So
Yeah.
there you go. Okay, now watch what I do. She's standing. Keep closing to that corner. There you go.
So always a really wide stance
Okay.
and almost like,
A crab.
So when they feel like they can't get away, they stop.
They just
Did you
freeze.
see her stop?
Yeah.
So that's your opportunity.
Okay.
And I always come up from the back on
Kinda
this side.
reach around like that.
I reach around my arm like this, and then I say halter on. Halter on.
and so most of our animals are always used to being worked from the right. However, if you read, it's usually best to work them from both sides so they
Okay.
get used to it. So our Krias we work with from both sides. So
Oh,
you'll probably
perfect.
want to expose your babies to approaching them from both sides.
Okay. Cool.
And they're both trained to, I'm going to put a knot here for you. They're both trained to be walked on the right side. So you want to have kind of your hand down by kind of your belt loop.
Okay.
And then I'll put a knot here so you know kind of like how much.
Slack to give them.
So you can kind of walk them. Come on, walk.
So the
Like
command
this.
is walk.
So both of them are really halter trained well. To walk like this. So
Okay.
you want to walk them on the right. Stand. So their command is stand to stand, halter off to take the halter off.
We know Whisper and Patience are going to be so happy here at their new farm.
Oh, there you go.
Wow,
Welcome home, guys.
you guys are massive.
Welcome home.
Dave, so I was just telling Sabrina that their setup is real nice and to
It
just start by letting the pups out when they're out in their lawn chairs hanging out with supervised time with the alpacas
Right.
and then slowly increase it over time and it should be fine.
But like I was explaining to her, inside our barn, Dave has it set up to one of our 8x8 pens. The gate is latched, but the dogs can push it in and out, and the alpacas can't get in there.
Oh,
So they have a safe space to go and be
Nice.
like, "This is my home,
Yeah.
and the alpacas can't bother me in here."
I was actually what I was gonna do. Oh, hey, guy.
He's really friendly.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
The other one's a little more timid.
I was gonna convert the chicken coop into possibly a little dog house for them because we don't plan on having chickens, and it connects right here, so we could just have a little
That's a great idea.
flap in and out.
So
They're big enough to have their own house, that's for sure.
yeah, I mean,
And look how big their
gonna,
paws are.
When the dogs get older, they're gonna sleep outside next to the alpacas.
Cool.
But they'll still like to have their own space where
They
their
like to
dog
have
food
their own
is and
space,
stuff.
but they're gonna want to be where the animals are. It's pretty amazing to watch.
Awesome.
Their
like-
dad, wherever the alpacas are, that's where he is.
No matter what.
No matter what.
He
Awesome.
sleeps with them. I mean, they are like this close to each other.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
and he's super
he's that way.
protective
He's
over
a
the
great-
young.
Awesome.
He's our best male LGD.
We could let him in there if you want, Sabrina.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with them.
Go ahead.
I think I gotta check all this
Oh, see, that's a nice little door over there.
Yeah, there's a gate right here for him too.
Oh, nice.
So I've never seen one of our dogs this way ever.
Really?
That's so funny.
Hopefully now you can see why we love raising alpacas so much and the joy we get from helping other people get started. A big thank you to our clients, Sabrina and Chris, for letting us film the experience. We are so grateful and excited for your farm. Stay tuned for natural building. We just had our second friends and family natural building gathering on our off-grid farm. And it was so much fun, and we had so much art and beauty flow through our hands as we were working with the clay and the sand. This is an alpaca barn for our juvenile alpacas, but this project actually began back in June. The project began with Dave putting the poles in the ground and building the roof. Dave is a really good builder and a really good carpenter. He's been developing these skills for most of his life. He built the structure that we live in with his own two hands, and he also built our large barn for our female alpacas, which you see there. Hello. I am heading out with Dave right now to harvest some sand from a nearby stream bed. I have got a dump trailer back there that Dave went and rented from a place in Flagstaff, and Dave's ahead on the tractor. And we are harvesting the sand from state land, and it's important though to mention that there was a ton of sand washed in all around here with the floods that we had over the last year. So there does seem to be an abundance of sand in the area, and so we're really grateful for that. And we already harvested the clay that we need for building from our pond. Stay tuned. After building the roof structure for our barn, it was time to harvest sand. So here we are harvesting sand from a seasonal stream bed just 5 minutes away from our property. Now, what I don't show in this video is that we actually got a flat tire on our tractor, and the situation became pretty intense pretty quickly. because the dump trailer that we rented was only a 24-hour rental, and we had just picked it up in Flagstaff, and Flagstaff is 90 minutes one way. So we had to leave our tractor next to this stream bed, and Dave hauled ass back to Flagstaff to buy us the new tractor tire and hauled ass back. But by the time he got back, it was after dark, so he woke up at sunrise to finish harvesting the sand that we needed for our project. So here's the thing, when you live in the city, you have no idea of all of the conveniences that surround you. And when you move off grid, you become rapidly aware of how much harder things are when you can't just drive 5 minutes down the road to a hardware store or whatever it is that you might need and then go back home to work on your project. Here, when we have to go back to get a supply or something, it basically wipes out an entire day. But Dave made it back and he harvested the sand in the morning and he returned that dump trailer within the 24-hour window, and we did not get charged for a second day. So we are growing on our off-grid journey and we are getting stronger every time we overcome a challenge. We had already harvested all the clay from digging our pond, so we were ready for our natural building training to begin and for all of our friends and family to arrive. Chris Martinez, our friend and teacher from Los Angeles, was leading the weekend, and the first thing he had us do was make these little cob balls to find the right consistency of clay, sand, straw, and water with our own two hands. Then we moved on to digging the foundation. However, we had a little interruption with an alpaca baby being born. This is baby Clayton, born the very first day of our building training, and we named him Clayton after the clay that we were working with. He's a really special baby and he's super handsome, and we look forward to him becoming a herd sire on our farm and making lots of babies. Now that baby Clayton had arrived safely on Earth and we had all of our materials gathered, our friends and family were ready to kick ass on our Earth build. As some began gathering and mixing materials, others began working on the foundation, laying stones, large stones as well as smaller stones. And we did actually do two different types of foundations. We did a stone foundation as well as earth bag, just testing out what we like the best on our learning journey.
Live, what are you doing?
Stirring the pot.
Oh my God. It's getting real over here at Starflower Eco Farm.
We learned 3 different natural building modalities when we built this barn. We learned earth bag technology, which you can see Chris here filling up the very first earth bag in the foundation. We also learned cob. Cob is thought to be the purest form of natural building, but it does take the longest. And we learned light clay straw. I thought light clay straw was the fastest. All in all, we gained a wealth of knowledge and experience through our own hands and feet, and I will never forget it. As the week unfolded, we got better and better at mixing the clay, sand, and straw, learning more and more about our soil and the resources that we harvested. We also connected to some traditional practices by making cob balls and tossing them to each other, which added a tone of excitement to the experience. Here, Dave and Chris are adding additional framing to the area where we are going to use light clay straw. Light clay straw is the one modality that we learned that doesn't use any sand. It's just water, clay, and straw mixed up and then packed in between boards. And then the boards are removed and the straw mix stays. You slide the boards down and you start working on another section.
How's it going, Nani? Is it the right consistency? Let's see your test balls. Tatum Elise, do you have a test ball? How do we test our balls? Nice! Lana made a double.
She made this, yeah. A sack.
Wow, one more time for the fans, Steven.
That one doesn't.
I don't know.
You need another ball?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go right over.
You need another ball?
How much do you love Cobb?
Are you doing it?
Enough to juggle my way to joy every day. Yeah.
The progress that we made as community was unbelievable and so inspiring. We got way more done than we expected.
What? These straws, Mommy?
Overall, we spent about a week together building the barn back in June. It was, once again, an incredible experience that I'll never forget personally. Stay tuned for next week's vlog where I show you all of the progress we have made since then. We had another group come out just last weekend and we did plastering and all kinds of art on the barn, and it's so magical. Please don't forget to subscribe and support our journey. Thank you.